Time to return to one of the most comprehensive mods for Call to Arms Gates of Hell Ostfront. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Finland. It is 1946, and it is the continuation of the WWII mod, otherwise known as the Last Grenadier mod, taking place in 1946. We're in Finland right now, and the Soviets, the Germans, and the Finns are all kind of fighting together and against each other in order to outlive this campaign. Of course, fictional, taking place in a time in which the war did not really continue on to in areas that it really wasn't fought. But again, this campaign is amazing. This mod is wonderful, and I can't wait to see more wonderful mod makers from Meta War Assault Squad come on over to Call to Arms to continue to either kind of remake their mods in the newer engine or to create new stuff. We got legends who are out here all the time, like, for example, Pershing and Sturmfuhrer PK, Wigga and Sir Henkel and Robs and many others. And some of them actually watch these videos too. So for those of you boys who make them mods, on behalf of the entire, let's just say, Meta War community, including Call to Arms, thank you very much. If you guys want to check these out, by the way, for those of you watching, make sure you check down below in the description. I will link the mods as well. A fantastic World War II game if you haven't heard of it. Again, kind of weird. You'll have to purchase a full game and a DLC to get this World War II stuff. But it is wonderful, and I think it's worth every penny to be able to get almost 2 separate games with a purchase of just a game and a DLC. But not to mention just the door that opens when you get all the mods. It's really crazy. So welcome aboard. Thank you very much for smashing like, and let me know you like this content. I want to know if you really like interesting alternative history missions, or really World War II in general, or really just RTS games as a whole. All right, well, we got ourselves some Germans here. We need to get to a meeting point, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll call everybody up. Wow, look at that, like some custom portraits too. Fantastic. These mod makers are pulling everything from everywhere, too, by the way, to bring more interesting content all the time to the front lines, a.k.a. I guess your PC is, you could download this with the link in the description. Again, all free on the Steam store page after you get the base game Call to Arms, and then, of course, the DLC known as Ostfront, or Eastern Front, which is, of course, the Soviets versus the Germans primarily, but there's also more DLCs for that DLC that allow you to get Finland and a few other things, but really cool. All right, well, enough praise, although never enough praise for those guys. Let's go ahead and get started with this mission. So we moved to this rally point with the German scouts that are supposed to be pushing through this swampy area, and I believe it is late 1945? So World War II should have ended by now, so even though the Grenadier mod is called 1946, it does take place in late 1945 to begin. And, oh boy, we're going to clip through that tree. Wow, unplayable. Unplayable mod. Wow. Reach recognition point and scout area for friendly forces. Well, we're probably going to see some enemies. Boys, you need to spread out. All of you are shoulder to shoulder next to one log. My god, one grenade is all it's going to take. Well, I can hear them. Cavalcade of communism is moving across the pond. Yeah, they're using those gangster tactics. Ooh, explosions too. There must be a vehicle around there. So they're at a church. I wish I could move things around in this cutscene, but lo and behold, we can't. All right, let's do it. So because it's late war, we have, of course, STG-44s. We have a lot of Panzerfaust, some Panzerschrecks. You can see one there, Panzerschreck on the right side there. Soldier laying on the far end of the little log there. But the best thing is these Panzerfaust, man. They're almost a guaranteed kill. You got to get about maybe 100 meters from a tank, but they're almost 90%. Like, seriously, 9 times out of 10 that you fire at a tank, it's going to go, like, just hull destroyed. So that's pretty good. All right, we got command of our troops again. Let's go ahead and wait for them to clear out the Soviets in the, pond here. All those red dots, of course, are a soldier who is no longer red but dead. And what the hell were they doing? Trying to bring big boats in here and stuff? What the hell? Typical Soviet crap. Wow, that really reminds me of Enemy at the Gates. I recently saw that on YouTube for free. YouTube actually did a decent move and has, like, like you can watch movies as a video for, you know, you gotta, like, watch the ads. But yeah, I watched Enemy at the Gates again with Ed Harris and stuff, and I was like, wow, it's actually not a bad movie. I know it's absolutely fantastical in terms of its being a fantasy, but Yeah, it made me want to play all these mods all over again. I would love, absolutely love to get a Stalingrad campaign. I can't remember who, but if anybody watching is a big fan of Men-of-War Assault Squad, there was a Italian mod once where they brought in Italy to a lot of different locations, including in and around Stalingrad too, and there were some initial battles of the southern Soviet Union, I think around, boy, I think it was, well, somewhere around the Crimea. But yeah, there was a fantastic Italy mod for Men-of-War Assault Squad 2 that really it let you to fight more obscure nations and obscure locations around very historic battles. So, of course, Stalingrad covered a million times, but yeah, not as much as that Italy mod covered Italy in different locations. All right, let's go ahead and push in. Looks like we're safe to move into the church area here. So, obviously, we're going to be defending. It looks like a monastery of some sort that's been abandoned for some time. Actually, a pretty damn big church for Finland to build in the middle of nowhere. All right, we got about 5 minutes to the Soviets start their attack. We could look in. Of course, another great thing about this mod is that we're able to build big old trenches. And I think that's one of the things. Yeah, counterattack coming. One of the biggest things is the Finland DLC allowed us to start digging larger trenches and such. And I think that was implemented here in this mod. But to dig large trenches and whatnot. Good thing about a trench, of course, is that it can't really necessarily be destroyed by tanks. But of course, all the troops can be easily killed if a mortar round or really more like an artillery round falls inside of that. Let's go ahead and get these troops to build. I'm not sure exactly where the attack is coming from. Typically on the maps they indicate where that is, but I'm going to go ahead and just build here. Maybe in front of this rock if we can. Find a nice little cozy spot to hunker down. Maybe next to the church. Nope. Maybe up here. Honestly, I have no idea where they're going to attack from. Soviets are coming, but yeah. Oh, here they are. Oh, now they've marked. West, north, well, south, west, and then basically southwest over there in the corner where we came from. So they were behind us. So let's go ahead and build here then. Wow, a bunch of tires. What the hell? They were trying to tire out the enemy. The entire Soviet army was coming down, and the enemy was rolling right towards us. I hate to deflate their offensive, but, you know. Well, what's that? Do you hear a tank? Yeah, I hear their treads. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, let's go ahead and get all the boys here. So, yeah, in these missions, and typically in any of these missions with defense, whether it's a mod or not, we have boxes or crates around that usually will have some sort of a anti-tank grenades in them, personnel mines, anti-tank mines. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we get this that time, or this time around. I'm really looking forward to get some more larger defenses, but it looks like we just got a few minutes to dig in, and really not enough time to set up a defense that I'd like to. But this one does certainly focus on defense right away. I mean, we literally just walked in, and now we're in a defense. So yeah, the Germans assisting the Finns, I guess. Their alliance still fighting against the Soviets. I'm not exactly sure what happens in this campaign, too. I don't know if the Winter War takes place and the Soviets never give up, and neither do the Finns, and they just kind of keep fighting. Not sure exactly how it's playing out, but we're good. Whatever, it's fantasy. I'm also playing on medium graphics, too, so this should play out a little nicer, but if you look in the lower left corner of the screen, it's running at about 45 frames per second, which I care a little bit more about frames than graphics, and typically mod makers push these damn maps to the limit, and same with the game itself with all the different mods that they put in. So, you know, like you could have really nice graphics or you could have a better frame rate, and I think I'll go for the frame rate because typically we're zoomed out looking at all the tanks and troops approaching and all the pretty artillery explosions that we can see too whenever rockets go off or whatnot. All right, so we're building a large trench. We're building some foxholes. We've got about 1 minute and 46 seconds left. It's really not enough time for us to do much more than that. We're going to find a medic here if we can. Go ahead and get our troops kind of separated a little bit. Again, we have STG-44s here. Sturmgewehr 44s. Oh, there we go. Wow. Did they actually... Oh, that's cool. Look at that. They actually dug a trench and it immediately flooded because of where it was kind of built next to the muck there. Boy, those guys aren't just going to get trench foot. Those guys are going to get like trench lower half. Crazy. Yeah. Pretty cool how this game actually takes into account the water table a little bit. Yeah, boy. which is really neat because, like, for example, if artillery goes off near a shoreline, like, for example, on D-Day, if you're firing artillery at the beach, then some of the beach that's closer to the water will just immediately fill with all the different types of crater sizes will be filled and become pools. That's actually kind of cool. I don't know if we should take cover behind those boxes. I'm going to opt to not do that. Another thing I like to do, which is, I don't know, you could take it or leave it, is to leave a lot of the troops behind so that way not too many of them are firing at once. And or doing layered defense where if the troops in the front of the trench are basically being shot at and pinned down, troops that are behind them can still continue to fire, especially if enemy troops approach. Knowing this AI and playing these games so long, I think Men of War Assault Squad and Call to Arms are two different games, but a lot of their AI works the same to where it'll do dumb things like, for example, if you send your soldiers across an open field and they're shooting and they're returning fire and then they start getting opened up on by a machine gun, if they're laying down and that machine gun stops shooting for a moment so that way it can reload and you try to tell your soldiers to stand up and sprint to cover and they happen to be out of ammo, they will prioritize reloading over just GTFOing and getting out of there in order to get to cover. And so I've probably had more troops die from just AI prioritization of things like reloading and doing other things other than actually getting to cover. All right, the fight begins. Here comes the Soviets, brother. Hell yeah. Looks like we got ourselves oh, Soviet Marines coming. Interesting. Wow, they're running right through that muck. Look at that. Now, we should have an MG set up somewhere. Yeah, right here. Beautiful. MG 42. Some other friendly forces with us, too. I think they're Finns. I'm pretty sure. Although they, of course, look like Germans because Finland did use a lot of German equipment. But, of course, they took from their other bigger supplier, which was the Soviet Union, who was the biggest ally, probably, of Finland during World War II. I mean, you'd think so. They showed up and kindly dropped off all their equipment for the Finns to take and then continued to slaughter them. Yeah, the Soviets thought they could just invade, walked right in, lost half their equipment. Luckily, they'd never do anything stupid like that again. I mean, you know, ever since then, they learned their lesson and never invaded nations that they thought were particularly weak and then lost half their forces, both to incompetence, greed, and corruption. But, you know, they learned their lesson after, well, never mind. Anyway, just got to kill a few of these guys. No big deal. Nothing too crazy. It'll get crazy, though, when they start to bring tanks, and the fact that we have Panzer Schreks and Panzer Faust means that we're going to keep a couple of these guys in the back, including our soldier right here who's got the Panzer Schrek. And the good thing about the Panzer Schrek, though, is that it can be fired a lot more than the Panzer Faust. He's got a hell of a lot of ammo. What, 2, 4, 6, 8? Actually, we could probably fit 10 or 12 rounds or more in his inventory. And it has a greater range. In this game, I think it's 150 versus 100. And 50 meters at least is enough time to fire at a tank and possibly kill it, reload, and fire again if you didn't kill it before it actually reaches your position. It's a really interesting map, too, by the way. A lot of the maps that showcase Finland in the official DLC, which I think is called, I always forget the damn name, Finns, give me a shout-out down below in the comments section. What is that called again? It's something with a V. It basically went, Travelskoitska or whatever it is, the winter war. I can't remember if it's Finnish or Russian for, I think it means winter hell, but basically it's the name of the DLC. And I actually remember hearing that for the first time and listening to some YouTube videos at the very beginning of YouTube after finding out about this in a mod for Blitzkrieg. We're talking about long time ago, 2003, actually being like, whoa, the Soviets invaded Finland? And there's actually some official missions for Blitzkrieg that allow you to go to Finland. And then there was actually a DLC or a mod that somebody made that covered all sorts of different things like, you know, like some of the battles in Romania and the Czech Republic and Warsaw of the Soviets' advance and fighting against the Germans and other forces there. So good stuff. To learn history through video games. At this point, I probably, you know, school does a pretty good job of teaching you the basics and giving you the framework, but I don't know. I think my three greatest teachers of history were probably late nights on the History Channel back when they would actually cover interesting history before it just became all, you know, Ice Road, Trucker, Logger, Pawn Shop. You know, it's Discovery Channel too, but it's all basically the same garbage now. video games, including Call of Duty and Blitzkrieg, as I mentioned before, and a little bit of Medal of Honor as well. And then, of course, Mark Felton. I mean, yeah, that's the other other great resource. Yeah, I think that's all you need. If you're going to go work at a museum now, that's all you got to do is be like, yeah, I watched a couple Mark Felton videos. Oh, welcome aboard. All right, it's not that quite easy, but, you know, I wish it were that easy. All right, well, the Soviets are not really getting too close to us at all. I mean, a few of them have reached this position, but that could have been from the fight before. But look at that perimeter that we're maintaining. That is gorgeous. I really don't think that they're getting past this line. I think this was from the battle that we showed up and saw them fighting a little earlier. And we must have downed at least 100 troops by now. Oh, we're actually out of ammo. Oh, here we go. We got some ammo back here. All right, this is what we trained for. Just keep the troops in position. You know, keep most of our troops where they're at and just shift everyone out whenever they need reinforcement. The great thing about this, though, is that the enemy, you know, as they push forward, I mean, if this were a real fight, we would probably want to put way more troops on the front line. But the great thing about this is that in this case of it being versus the AI, as they push forward, if any of our troops get downed, we can then rush in additional troops and a medic in order to, one, cover the medic and the soldier who are down, and then two, get them out there immediately to resupply and then go elsewhere when they're downed, you know, or when they're revived. Well, so far so good. Now, the other thing to consider with these missions... Oh, and look at that. Now they're attacking from behind us here. You see this? Yeah, they're attacking from the northeast side. But another great thing to consider in these WWII missions, and really any mod maker mission, is that mod makers more and more now are doing this awesome thing where the map will expand. And even in the latest DLC from Call to Arms Gates of Hell Ostfront, where they had the Karl Mortar, which is like a 600 millimeter, just absolute monstrosity. It's a tactical nuke. Let's just be honest. It's like a rolling tactical nuke. It's a huge mortar. And the developers and the mod makers have been doing this thing where the battles will start out small. You'll have a squad, then suddenly you get a tank, and then several tanks. And the next thing you know, you got an entire battle group under your command. And there's something about that I really like. The mod makers, or rather the game makers, typically would do this thing, especially in the days of the original Meta War Assault Squad or Meta War. They would give you, like, you know, a squad, maybe two squads to go capture a POW camp or something like that. And after a while, that becomes a snooze fest, because in order to do that, it almost plays like Commandos, you know, the old Commandos games, except you really didn't have too many special abilities that would let you stand out too much. Of course, you'd have a sniper, but once you alerted the enemy troops, it was pretty much over. But it is nice to play small and then big. You get the full scale of a battle over time like that. And that's pretty much how these conquest modes play out, too, where, of course, you get the conquest mode that at the very start, I think it starts in 1939 or 19... Well, actually, in the case of the Soviet Union, like 40, 41, a lot of equipment around those years. And then, of course, it progresses into 42, 3, 4. And then, of course, you can research stuff. So it plays a little bit like Steel Division that way, bringing additional troops in. Oh, wow. Soviets are actually pushing a little bit. Good for them. All right, so let's go ahead and get these soldiers healed up here. We got medics, of course. But we need to get these guys dead to death. So we got a medic with us. We'll go ahead and push them over there. And that MG's got to be out of ammo. Oh, they're actually down too. Damn. Oh, I was too busy with story time. All right, hold on. Let's get these guys up first. Especially that MG. Oh, boy. All right, let's get in the war. Hold on. Where's our medic? All right, we should be able to rescue these guys. Wait, who the hell had the medic pack? Ah, here we are. I'm not sure if that was my guy. I don't think so. Get him back. All right, what we'll do is we'll try to keep everybody together. There might still be time to go rescue those guys there. Oh, boy. Ah, he's down. All right. So the Soviets are a little tougher than I'm thinking here. Hold on. I gotta focus. I wanted to do story time, damn it. Oh, you're fine. Go ahead and heal that guy. Thank you. He's just doing what I asked him. So at this point, it's hard to tell who the hell is AI and who's friendly. You know, like there's a few soldiers here that are not under my control, and I wish I got command of the whole squad, really. It'd be quite convenient to do that. Alright, boys. Pile up on the line. Let's go. Bring that MG. And then we'll swing back this way. And we've got enemies all over there. I'm going to try to rescue those guys, but first... I think those 3 or 4 can hold that position. Okay, let's push in. Good, now we got ammo. And a machine gun. Oh boy, what the hell? They're instacking one and dunning. Gonna have to just deal with the Soviets this way. We're gonna just lob grenades. There we go. That'll get them to think twice. Ooh. Somebody have a FG-42? Oh. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can get up there. Oh, looks like we killed a lot of them with grenades. Good. Los! It's fine. It's fine. What the hell? Man, alright. One of the things that I gotta remember is it seems like these are veteran Panzer Grenadiers, and typically in Men of War Assault Squad 2, they're able to almost instantaneously turn and almost become a Terminator and eliminate all the enemies that are around with pretty much like burst fire. Oh, that guy there. Okay. So, yeah, oh, actually those are Red Guard infantry, so they're pretty good too, but regardless, we should have everybody with medical capability to heal these guys. We'll just find whoever it is. There we go. And we'll fall back a bit and get everybody up on their toes. Now, we just got to defend the church, so we can fall back a bit, mostly so we can clean this up, and we need to get these guys some ammo. So nobody's going to have ammo forever. And we'll let the AI cover us a little bit, too. They owe us a little favor after we came and cleaned up all their stuff. Let's see. Got all these bandages. Defend the monastery is our only goal at the moment. Get everyone together. Ah, damn. Alright, not everybody has medical training, so we can't get all these guys up. Well, we'll go lock down the sandbags here. Actually, what? Oh. Oh, wait. Does this actually have ammo? Well, we might actually have to start capturing enemy equipment here in order to resupply. I don't know if this box has the ability to... Alright, mission complete. Cool, whatever. We'll get a band-aid for those guys. Fine. Whatever. Any... No, there's a couple guys down. Everyone's not okay, sir. We could get a band-aid. I'd appreciate that. Big appreciate.
Follow my lead.
Lead? No, we got men down. Let's hyper-focus on that. War is not about taking losses. Oh, God. A factory area. Dear God, no. Oh, boy. Trucking. Oh, we got to enter the factory area, which... Oh, are we going to get the map rendered? No. Alright, we got to do cleanup first. Let's spread out, boys. Spread out. Spread out. Heal up. Heal up. Damn it. I really want this game to give us more medics. Or at least, you know, the babysit mod, which will give us the ability for medics to heal automatically without you having to give the order. Alright, whatever. Alright, let's sit here for a little while. We'll clean this out. Now, before we go in there, let's just grab the weapons. That's what's most important. Yeah, one Red Army guy almost calling in an AC-130 with the kill streak he got. Although I was hoping that we could get more medics ready. We also have a problem with, like, a lack of ammo right now. I didn't see anybody there having the MG42. Unless... Field Engineer, Panzer Grenadier. Grab some more of that. Sorry, bruh. Well, a German equivalent of a corpsman will be around soon, I'm sure. Love it. Even the damn Soviets have captured equipment. It's great. Whatever. Let's get out of here. MG's good, but gotta keep it supplied. That's what we're well, yeah, I don't think we've got any supply around at all. Alright, let's push through. We'll work in groups of 2 or 3 and push up to that position. There we go. Good, nice work. Alright, one more in front of us somewhere. Somewhere over here. There he is. Good job, boys. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Nicely done. Alright, time to leave the area. Now we gotta go fight for a factory. Great. We'll probably get reinforcements and we'll be taking more losses as the battle increases in scale and intensity. And there they are. Alright, so we got a good old German-Finnish convoy rolling through. Probably Germans, but our goal is going to have to be to get up there and secure that roadway. There's some ammo here. Looks like we control the highway. And our goal is to capture that factory. Oh, that sounds like Finnish. How's it going, boys? There they are. 2 MG42s firing towards the south side. Hopefully that's enough supply now. Alright, let's get through. Luckily, our forces here have not taken any losses, but the Soviets around the factory have. Nope. Gunther, los! Schneller! Wow, it's almost like an early AK. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Soviets coming in with a pretty big attack. Let's fall back, fall back. Get back to the AI so our guns can be more numerous. Great thing about this, too, is we can go into first person, well, third person in this, but also first person with the, how we can command tanks. Wow. Big O push on this right side. We just need supply. You know, technically what we could do is, I think if we have enough supply, we could run back here to this bunker, grab that supply crate, and bring it up to the front line. Stealing it from the Finns, but they don't need that. They got thousands of rounds in that bunker for the MGs. Alright, their offense seems to be drying up a little bit, and so do their defense forces on the left side. Let's just hold for a little bit longer. Alright, time to push left. Alright. Ooh, a school bus. Alright, we're sweeping everything up here. Nah, I don't have control of the troops anymore. Oh boy, that was just the entry to the factory area. Had to go across the highway and into the industrial sector. Finish Stalingrad, maybe.
Be careful, Stoßtruppen.
Oh, T-34. The Finns are attacking from the northern side. Possibly. well, kind of opting to just kind of hold our position and just clear them out one by one. Looks like we only get one squad through this whole mission, so we're down to like 5 men, making the difference. A lot of Soviets here. Finally, we're seeing tanks. I see just 2. And they're pushing that way. We should probably be quiet. Alright, let's hold in position. And I think what we'll do is kind of let the Finns clear them out a little bit. They've got a great defensive position and the high ground, it looks like. So we're just waiting a little bit for the Finns to finish up their defense. Oh. Alright, let's get in the bunker. Whoa. Ah, that's a shame about having to babysit. I think in this mission, it's probably a good idea to save scum whenever you are doing anything with your medic. If they go down, that's pretty much GG. Oh, yeah. I shouldn't have went fast forward. But essentially what we could do here is just wait for the Finns to, you know, stand their ground and then push in behind the tanks. Not impossible, but certainly tricky. And a pretty damn good second mission. But that's why you got to download and try after you get Call to Arms Gates of Hell Ostfront. A completely fair and doable mission for the 1946 Last Grenadier mod. That was just the second one, Steel in the Mud. First mission you saw before was called Red Dawn, and that one has the large, massive scale defense. However, for me, it if you were wondering where Episode 1 Part 2 is, yeah, that one seemed to crash on me at the end. It didn't have an autosave feature towards the end of the battle, so I'd have to fight all that all over again. So just mind your missions then and maybe save whenever the map has any sort of extension. I'd say for Steel in the Mud, it's not necessarily challenging for that second mission. It's kind of more of like a cleanup op. It feels like you just push into the church, defend a bit, sweep towards the factory area, and then that's when it truly begins. But a damn good mod regardless. It's good to have almost 11, 12, 13 missions full of missions. Here you see 11 on the list, but some of them expand to almost feel like their own thing. So, go ahead and get the Last Grenadier mod. That's all the time I have for today, unfortunately. I want to keep playing and do more, but we're just simply out of time. So, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the positivity. Thanks for showing love. Let me know you like these mods and that you want to see more. Let me know what you think about it. I'll see you all next time. Bye.